Yo, welcome to Not Holding Back Series. This is your boy Fat Man. Alright. It's gonna be easy to talk about this and it's gonna be hard at the same time. But we're gonna do something I usually don't do on Not... Actually, no, I do on Not Holding Back. We react and we review. Let's go. So we're reacting to Abba and Preach. And honestly, I fuck with their content a lot. Because sometimes that commentary just be on point. And they just be having fun and give zero fucks. So we're gonna talk about this. I ain't dick riding. I'm just basically being honest. Like, the fuck? Let's go.
Today's topic, Andrew Tate's banned from Facebook and Instagram. He's a genuine young man. He has drawn criticism from online comments, particularly from UK advocacy group Hope Not Hate, which welcomed the most recent ban. We welcomes Meta Shift's action to remove Andrew Tate and we're putting pressure on TikTok to follow this example. They must act now to...
Honestly, if you remove a man from a site, don't think he's just gonna go away. He's not. Last time I checked it, Andrew Tate's recent uploads was like 13.2 billion or 12.7 billion views. That's TikTok's whole algorithm. They only have 2.6 billion. The fuck?
Further spread of these extremist views. He's banned from Instagram, Facebook, and very likely he's going to be banned from other places. So first off, I don't think this ban matters at all. I don't think it matters at all because I think their attempt is to like stop this person who in their eyes is like spreading misogyny. Even if that's how you view him and that's what you think he's doing, you haven't stopped whatever the movement he's coming from is. He's just a figurehead, just a face. The issues between men and women, this gender-related war that exists in our society still goes on. There's going to be somebody else who comes in this place, and that stuff will never change. The second reason why it doesn't matter is that he doesn't even spread his own videos. He doesn't have a YouTube channel where he's spreading all this stuff. He doesn't have a TikTok channel where he's spreading stuff. It's random people who are spreading this stuff.
Who's posting this thing?
They're posting it. They're taking clips. They're posting it everywhere. They're getting interviews. Like, unless you ban all mention of this man, it is impossible to stop it.
Especially when it's going around and it's gaining 13.7 or 12.7 billion views. Now, I don't know where the fuck people think we have a cultural war. Well, necessarily we don't have a cultural war. What we have is a war of too many opinionated people, right? And this comes from one thing, right? I'm gonna break it down to you. Women want to get paid the same. They want to equally pay their same amount. They want to have abortion, and they want to fuck what they want to fuck. Honestly, I heard a comedian, Andrew Stoltz, make this comment. They want to be like niggas. They want to be fuckboys. You want to be a fuckboy. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. You could be a fuck bitch. You could be a fuck bitch. You could be a fuck woman. You could be a fuck girl. You could be a fuck gal. You could be a fuck anything. You can be that. Just say what it is. It's not the patriarchy. It's not men, right? Men want to stop men who rape. I would love to just, if we wipe away rapists with the snap of a fingers like Thanos, and we wouldn't bat in a single eye. You know what I'm saying? But there's also one thing about Andrew Tate, where he spreads his information. It's not him. It's people who like what he's saying. And they speaks to their internal man. Like, he's only one in a sea of many motherfuckers who are gonna say this shit, and that's how it's gonna be. And there's no stopping the Tate train. He's gonna keep on I ain't saying A train. I can see A trains slamming into Andrew Tate, killing him. Or Andrew Tate being like, I'm gonna trip him. I'm gonna stop him. I'm fucking powerful. A train cannot stop me. And then there's that fucking Andrew Tate video. Or there's like a video of some bald, skinny dude dancing, and it's supposed to be Andrew Tate, and it's hilarious. Like, fucking hilarious. But it's not him, and it's some gay guy. But let's be honest. He can't be stopped. What you gonna do? You gonna ban any mention of him? Now, YouTube is a private private company. Like, there's no stocks or shares in it, so it's not public. With stocks and shares, but it's a public platform, right? Instagram is a public platform. TikTok is a public platform, and Facebook is public all around the board. These are public platforms. They're companies. Facebook is public because you can invest shares in Facebook. TikTok, I think, is public because you can invest shares. No, TikTok is not public because under some fucking Chinese company called Dance Bice or Dance Bit, whatever the fuck. So they're not public. You can invest in them. But Instagram and Facebook are one and the same because you can invest in these companies and that's it, right? But their platforms are public. When you wipe away a man on a public fucking platform, where do you think his content is still on the platform? He did have a YouTube channel, though. He did have a YouTube channel. That is actually wrong. I thought that, too. He didn't have a YouTube channel. But he actually had a YouTube channel. He just didn't post any of the shit he says on there. He just posted things and conversations, I think, on there with, like, cars and stuff and his little vlogs, whatever the fuck. But that's the extremeness there, right? He shows up on Aiden Ross's videos, and Aiden Ross gets to host him, and Andrew Tate can say whatever the fuck he wants because that's perfectly fine. I'm not on Twitch. I'm going to do this shit with Aiden Ross. That's why he got all that fucking filming equipment. He said, hey, Aiden, what's the best shit to buy? Aiden told him what's the best shit to buy, and he bought that shit because the nigga didn't care. But when you stop a man from talking his rhetoric, you think you stopped him? There's A, B, C, D, E, F, G niggas. There's some guy on Instagram, and he's like, stay toxic. He's a fucking asshole. But he's speaking some also truth that men understand about women. Women don't want a nice guy. They want the bad guy. Why do they want a bad guy? Because women have the innate ability to fix a man. Most women want to fix him. Or if they don't want to fix him, they want to deal with him until he becomes a better person, which does not fucking happen. Same thing with men. Same thing with men. Most men is like, I could teach her. And then when you taught her, she leaves your bitch ass because she finds another nigga. Stop teaching people. What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm just letting you know this. Men and women, we think the same. I can teach her. She can learn things. I can fix him. He can be better. And then guess what's happening? They both end up fucking your lives up. Then you end up realizing, I couldn't fix or teach or none of that shit because you were not built for it. That's the same understanding of these things. You can't look at the factors of men and women, right? And I do think there is a gender war out there. Not necessarily. I think it's radical feminists, like radical vegans and radical jackasses, right? There's radical Republicans and Democrats, which I don't like Republican, and I don't like Democrat, and I don't like any of this political shit. But some people are going extreme, like for real. Like for real. Like Biden was like, you don't vote for me, you're not black. And that shit was hilarious. And I'm just saying, if you voted for him, remember, he said that shit. And that shit was wild. That was wild. Like, I think I'm gonna clip it. Because it was the most wild shit to say. Like, the fuck? It's like someone pissed in your cornflakes. Like, why would you do that? Why? I wanted that cereal. Now I can't. I'm throwing it the fuck away. Like I'm saying. When you think you got rid of someone, they're never gone. Andrew Tate also has money. He has money. He's not going away. What you took away from him was a platform that he uses for speaking his shit. And we're going to also watch another video at the end of this. This is a long video, but let's continue with this.
But the minute that
so they're going to be in every comment section, reposting it on every channel, going comment Tate W, and guess what? You can't stop it unless you ban all mention of it beyond how dislikable he is. All right, let's take ourselves out of we hate this dude, okay, or you hate this dude, or whoever hates this dude. I don't care. Think about what matters in this, which is all the young folks who gravitated towards his message. Were they all somebody who were put under a spell, or were there a lot of societal issues that existed that created the perfect melting pot for someone like this to come to prominence? Whether you like it or not, be it Fresh and Fit, any of these red pill dudes, whatever you want to choose, what is it that makes people get drawn to them? And this is what I've been saying for a long time. When I did the other video, I'm like, listen, red pill for me, but I understand why it's necessary.
Yeah.
Right? You can hate these movements, you can be against them, but until you deal with the underlying societal problems that lead to these movements, everything else is just putting a band-aid on an infected wound.
That's true. That, like, there are societal problems. There are. And look, I don't want to be that guy, man. I'm just a nerd. Andrew Tate don't like me because I play video games. Like, nigga, what the fuck? Like, I play video games and I've worked multiple jobs. I've taken up martial arts. I fucking knew how to fix controls with my bare hands. I used to fix VCR tapes. Exactly. That's how old I am. Like, come on, bro. I can fix iPhones now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Andrew Tate don't like me because I play video games. Most people don't like gamers because there's a problem with us. Like, nigga, you know how many motherfuckers is making money streaming right now? Do you know how many motherfuckers do this on a daily? Do you know how many people stream and don't even play the games anymore? Like, the fuck are you talking about? So, there's societal problems with that. We're still judging out here. But also when it comes to men and women. And, like, you know, women are out here being dogs, and men are out here also being dogs. But that's the thing. A woman don't want a man with no experience. A man don't want a woman with no experience. Like, we're kind of evened up. And then we call women sluts and dots. And then men, we're just called inexperienced because we don't have the necessary needs to help it. And if you're a guy that doesn't know how to talk to women, they call you an incel. Like, they call you an incel, which means involuntary celibate, which I found out, which was weird. But I don't even, like, incel sounds like a made-up fucking word. Like, it's the most made-up like, cis. Like, you're a cis man. What the fuck is that shit? What the fuck? Like, who makes these words up, bro? I'm tired of these words, and I want to wipe them off the dictionary. I want to take away cis and fucking incel. They sound so weird. They just do. I was just like, that shit does not sound English to me. It don't. And I know what you're saying, but fat man, you a straight dude, my guy. I'm like, yeah, but I ain't calling myself cis. I ain't putting pronouns in my bio. I think that shit corny. Like, you don't deserve your own pronouns. I think that shit's stupid. If you believe that shit, fine. Don't come here with me. Like, that's ugh. You know what I'm saying? And then it gets even harder. Like, they're trying to take away, you can't call your parents. Now they're birthing people. Like, women, you can't say, oh, she's pregnant. No, she's a birthing person. What the fuck, man? I'm living in a whole different age, bro, that I grew up from. And people just... And I really do think white people, like, really stupid, weird white people are saying these things. Because I never heard a black man or black person say this shit. But when they repeat it, I just think you are infected by the mid-white people. The white people who are just... They have no talent, they have no skills, and they ain't shit. And something out here is telling me that in our society, kids are gonna get really confused on how to say things, and eventually they're just gonna say fuck it and fuck you. That's literally it. Andrew Tate has questioned the society. He's questioned the shit happening in society, not just with men and women, with the logic of people and the programming of how you have to say things now. Because listen straight up. If Twitter, he got his Twitter banned. TikTok banned him. He was never on TikTok. I think he was, but he wasn't at the same time. And next thing you know, Facebook banned him, and then YouTube banned him. Listen, you banned him for what? Now, don't get me wrong. These are public forum platforms. They're public platforms. That's kind of scary. Some of these companies are not public, as in you can invest stock in them, like I said before, but you're still a company. What a person says necessarily doesn't go against your bottom dollar, because they still get ads. There's one Andrew Tate in a sea of many other fucking people. Getting rid of him is not stopping his message. He still has multiple videos going around the surface. And these conversations are going to be tackled once again. Like Abba's saying, they're going to be tackled again by somebody else. They're going to be hit by somebody else. And they might not have the same charisma, charm, or money to Andrew Tate, but they're going to say some more ruthless shit. Andrew Tate was not saying, go out there and fight men who are stronger than you and you should get your ass kicked and then go out there and beat a child. He wasn't saying that. He was just talking about men in general. Now, don't get me wrong. He said some shit that I could understand a little bit. And he said some other shit that I was like, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Because I'm not pussy. I'm not a dummy. I have not been a weak motherfucker. I have fought most of my life. I've smacked niggas for saying shit, and I've disrespected niggas who have disrespected me. It just is what it is. You can't live that life because you aren't me. I have survived some shit. And I honestly say that with my honest, true thoughts. No one can do the things you can do unless you're out here testing people or people are testing you. Then sometimes you gotta step back and you gotta assess the situation carefully with a clear, smart lens. Smart lens. Andrew Tate is built different, but he is not gonna be the last nigga to say shit. And because these platforms have took him off, they're not gonna get rid of his message. Sneeko is one of those guys who looked up to Tate. And I no offense, Sneeko, I think you was sucking his man's, like, metaphorically sucking his dick. Like, you was sucking this man's dick. Like, for real. You were dick riding. Like, he was dick riding hard. Sneeko, dick riding hard. And I like Sneeko. It's just he was dick riding hard. Hard. And for a nigga that made fun of Lamza, you out here now apologizing. Nigga, stick to your morals. I've learned as a man, no matter what you do, stick to what you fucking believe. There's men in the cosplay and anime community I don't fuck with. Because I personally don't like them. And also, we've had some beef. Like, I have beef with niggas. And necessarily, these people, I don't fuck with them. I don't talk about them. I've seen them, and I've never acknowledged their existence ever again. Because you don't exist to me. As a real man, look at someone and immediately say in your mind, they don't exist, move on with your life. That's it. That's fucking it. Andrew Tate is the guy that's out here telling men how to move, who to pick, what to say, and tradition, right? There are no more traditional women, but for some reason, there are traditional women who want to have a traditional man, and that is fine. But let's also remember this, ladies and gentlemen. We need to agree. Agree to disagree. Unless you calling somebody a sexual predator with no evidence. That's not an opinion. That's pretty fucking stupid. And it's a high accusation. That's another fucking video, but not right now. I'm just saying. Let's continue.
That's what it is. That's what it is. You're not coming to the concerns of any of these young men, which, whether you like it or not, Andrew Tate spoke to some degree. Well, why can't they choose the better? There are no better role models. I don't know how many times I've said, I get so sick and tired of fucking women just coming out of the woodwork to be like, well, they're better. What role models?
For real! What role models? Niggas gotta look up to what? Basketball players. What? They gotta look up to basketball players, football players? Even some football players are kind of funny. Shit. There's college football players who are creepy to me. Especially where I found out there's most schools who rely on, like, sports teams to get some type of funding in the middle of West Bubble fucking nowhere. Do you know how much shit certain schools hide for their football teams and shit like that? That's just add on right there. Like, watch out for sports teams. Niggas be funny. Especially when it comes to role models. Who am I looking up to besides a rapper or a celebrity? I never looked up to any of these people. I like their music, right? Vic Mignogna, good voice actor. Sean Schemmel, whatever, good voice actor. He didn't voice that much stuff. Christopher Sabat, all over fucking One Piece and Dragon Ball. Don't look up to those guys. Never liked Michael Jackson, but understood his music. Never liked Prince, but understood his music. The Weeknd. I love The Weeknd. Good fucking music. If I met the guy, I'd probably have a cool conversation. He'd probably be mellowed as fuck. But do I look up to this guy? Hell the fuck no. I like his hair, because my hair. Like, simple as that. And for the most part, you have to understand this as an individual. Looking up to someone means you're looking up to a role model. The only role models a lot of niggas have growing up were this. A lot of niggas had Marvel and DC characters growing up. They had these type of role models. They had badass characters that they could relate to with badass stories. Yes, this is a newsstand issue 1 Wolverine, nigga. And it looks clean. I ain't gonna lie to you. Hopefully I get Hugh Jackman to sign this one day. Like, niggas had this to look up to. Why? Because they're fucking awesome characters. And that those characters right there that you would look up to would have incredible fucking stories. They would break down their, like, where they're from, all that stuff. You know how many people looked up to Superman, Batman, Green Lantern? How many girls looked up to Wonder Woman? Like, when you look at a role model, it's not Kim Kardashian. It's not Cardi B. It's not Megan Thee Stallion. It's not any of these women. They're just not. They're not your role model when they're hyper. Like, these are, like, men can't hypersexualize it because that makes you a pimp. When women do it, it's good business. It's just simple as that. Women know women, and women will show off the assets that other women like who are gay, and other women like it because it's hot and sexy. It's just a thing. But there are no role models. Like, there are no other role models. Kevin Samuels just died. Would I say he was a role model? No, he said some crazy shit too. But some of it was understandable. Some of it was like, I don't agree with this. I can't understand what you're saying. Same thing when it comes to certain people you just don't like. That's why learn to agree to disagree is a thing. There's a lot of me and my friends all don't agree on something, but we can learn to disagree. Or I argue until I'm blue in the face. That's it. Ugh.
Point them out. Good luck. I'll wait. Because I've had people send me, and you know what? None of them have any advice that are useful on dating. Most of them have terrible advice, if any. Okay? And they have little to no experience. So I don't really care to hear from them. So I want y'all to peep the whole point. We didn't talk about what men were dealing with for a long time. It led to this. Now someone starts talking about it, you're like, don't speak about it. So now we're going back to the very point. They're like, don't plat for this person. Don't speak with them. I was like, well, people want these issues addressed. No, get somebody else. There's better role models. Okay, so let me ask you, where are all these positive role models that y'all been encouraging this entire time? Where are they? When have they rose to prominence? Why aren't they going viral? If there's so many good ones out there, and you guys encourage them.
Yeah, was this guy in his fucking car always talking about this and that? This guy?
How come it's never happened? Can anyone tell me?
There's
so many positive ones.
Don't look at me.
How come?
Derek Jackson, relationship guru, exposed for cheating on his wife. Internet says, ooh. I remember this guy. Damn.
The last 30 years of my fucking life, I've not seen a single one of these motherfuckers ever promoted on national television or anywhere else. How come no young men have ever gravitated towards these people? Can anybody tell me? I'll wait. Since there's so many, I'll wait. Tell me where these motherfuckers are at.
Oh, we got one.
Ooh. I know. Outer space.
Who?
Bill Cosby.
So I ask you, right? And this is the more important question. Because get past the ban. The ban is just feel-good bullshit. Okay? This doesn't change anything.
True.
How do you get to the real problems, which are the issues that men are facing that they feel are not being talked about? That's what I want.
Like, who puts himself in the... It's boys. They'll be fine. It's funny. It's really funny that they want men to talk. They want men to, like, to say what they got to say. And the minute we do, it's like, we hate. We this and that and the third. We can't have both, people. Like, we can't have both.
Today's video is brought.
I agree with that to a high value, right? And a middle discourse. As a guy, I never understood what niggas was talking about until now, right? Like, if people had issues with you, I grew up when people had issues with you, they saying it to your face all the time, and I say it back, right? But when it comes to, like, women in this modern age, like, when I was going to school, women were talking about this, and the third. And I'd be like, women want abortion. I was like, what's abortion? And then I looked into it, and I was like, oh, women want a right to, like, let go of a fetus or some shit. Or, like, this embryo growing inside of you. I don't care, nigga. It's not my problem. You know what I'm saying? I just have to tell men this. Do not care about another nigga's nut. Do not care about another dude's nut. If you care about another guy's nut, you kind of sus there. Men or women, don't care. Oh, she should not get that because it's you caring about somebody's nut. Shut the fuck up. You don't really care. Growing up, like, I never understood there was no women and men's problems until I got into my 20s and started seeing the vegans in, like, front of Manhattan, and started seeing, like, the radical vegans, started seeing, like, women who were just kind of hateful towards men. And it's probably because of prior relationships, or their mom had a bad relationship. Or the mom had a bad relationship with men equals you had a bad relationship with men, or the dad was just useless at helping his daughter because most men just don't know how to... I don't even know how you got a wife or, like, any spouse in general, which you didn't raise your daughter right. You know what I'm saying? Some people like, it's the single parent households. Shut the fuck up. I lived in a 2-parent household. And honestly, you would turn out either fucking way, good or bad. And even if you came from a 1-parent household, that's also guaranteed you might come out 50-50, good or bad. Like, stop saying it's the father's fault or it's this person's fault. A daughter is going to be a whore in college without the mom or the dad, regardless. And son is going to get an STD when mom or dad is in the house, regardless. So I need people to shut the fuck up with that shit. It's like, it's a dumb argument and it doesn't make sense. It doesn't. And I don't want to hear about, oh, but the statistic, fuck your statistics. Fuck it, they're skewed. They're very skewed. But there's gotta be a way to talk about these things without saying you need to find someone better. I'm like, Andrew Tate posted Andrew Tate was like the guy on the block, posts up with a microphone and says whatever the fuck he wants to say, and then go home. And he does that every single day. That's why you mad.
You can't have men that express themselves on the trouble that they got and tell them to shut the fuck up because they ain't real problems and it's not as bad as whatever. You can't have both. You want to do that, but you can't have both. Like, which is it? You always want men to talk and to open up. We open up about our shit. And the other day I was talking and I was triggered. And I was talking about whatever. You saw the clip. And I was
I remember that.
Being told like that I was not black enough and this and that. It was often, I told exactly who the perpetrator is. That was me opening up. That was me opening up and being frank. And being real with y'all. A couple of y'all dropped me my DM. There's one particular lady that dropped in my DM. I didn't read the whole message, but whatever. The minute I saw that, I switched. I'm a follower, but I gotta say that I'm a bit disappointed in you. First and foremost, I'm not your dad. Okay?
Stop doing that. I'm a bit disappointed in you. And what? I do commentary, bitch. I'm a commentary channel. The fuck are you disappointed in? Your fucking own morals? Your fucking sensibilities? You disappointed in me or preach? Why you be disappointed in somebody? Because they didn't stand what the fuck you thought they stood for? He said what he had to say. I remember that video. This nigga went off, bro. He went the fuck off. And you know what's nasty about it is? People are gonna take that and spin it. I've been in spaces with black people. I've been in spaces with just different people in general. And I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a lot of racist tension. And it's because you aren't black enough for black people, which I think Childish said this. He's like, I'm too white for the black people, too black for the white kids. Like, that shit's weird. Do you know how, like, I'm too white for the black people, too black for the white kids. And then it's like, it's fucking annoying. It's fucking annoying. It's like, I'm black. But because I don't share, someone said this to me, he's like, oh, bro, because of your skin color, you get off better. I'm like, nigga, what? I've been stopped by the police 2 times in my life. And one of them was a very bad experience, excuse me. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I don't fuck with cops. I don't. But most niggas look at me, he's like, yo, he goes snitching to the cops. Your mama goes snitching to this dick. There's nothing in my life worse when people say shit like that, especially when the preacher was going off and somebody was like, they were disappointed in him. Why? I'm a commentary channel. I have my points of view and I have my opinion. And I can say these things. You were disappointed in what I have to say as honesty. When honesty is being shut down, like, yes, Andrew Tate is honest. His shit may be brutal. But when it comes to me, if I had a bigger platform to say what the fuck I want to say, I'm gonna say it. Because that's the fucking truth. Or you could say it's an opinion. Fine. It's an opinionated fact that I'm speaking on, that the truth I've seen is out there. How does that sound better to you, bitch?
I'm disappointed. You have to understand what the black woman is saying. At that point, that was not the point of my intervention. I told on this channel many, many times that I understood. I do understand. That's why most time I shut the fuck up. But I gotta tell that you motherfuckers are the perpetrators sometimes. When you open up, you're being told to shut the fuck up. So how do we solve it? And who's the role model? There's a reason why that guy gets so popular. Like he said, it's not some kind of spell. It ain't magic. You have to ask yourself, okay, why?
And you want to know why Andrew Tate got so fucking popular? It's because there are men out there and there are boys out there. Men, like, let's say you're going 19 or you're 16, going on, like, you're 17 going into your 20s or whatever, right? You're in your teens and you're going to be in your 20s sooner or later, right? At certain points in your life, you need some type of motivational push. You're on scrolling on TikTok every fucking day and you hear this guy spouting off some crazy shit. But then he's speaking some facts. He's like, that's kind of factual. What else is he speaking? Now that kind of makes sense. What else is he speaking? Let me check out his channel. Shit. Let me check out Hustlers University. Hustlers, not Hustlers. Let me check. You know what? This makes sense. Let me go through all these things and make some cash. You know what? I want to be financially independent. Let me go. Who's Sneeko? Let me watch Sneeko. They want to be doused with information, right? At this moment of their lives, they are exorbitant sponges. Someone said a 13-year-old kid was listening to Andrew Tate, and the kid was like, he's high valued, and a little girl is blah, 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 right? Yeah, because 13-year-old kids are on TikTok, and TikTok is a so-called kids app, but it's not a kids app. I ain't gonna lie to you, there's mad grown-ups on TikTok, and it's not a kids app. It's a mixture now, but it's becoming integrated, right? That's why he's all over that shit. These people are like sponges. They're absorbing that information, and they're absorbing that knowledge, and they're trying to do better for themselves. And they probably also want to get to a certain goal, because they're also being told by society, you're a man, move out the way, it's a woman's turn, women are here, they're the future, the force is female. Oh, fucking Christ. It's a lot of shit that guys get pushed back on. Like, whoa, what the fuck is this? And you can't be a man. You can't. Because now, are you cis? You're a cis white male. First of all, that sounds crazy. Just say he's a straight guy and call it a day. Don't say he's a white. So you're a cis black man. I'm like, some of the times you get told as a man to shut the fuck up because you can't speak on this. And look, I don't want to be that guy, but men make the world go around just as women make the world go around. But no one is going to respect a man because it's the truth. We do mostly everything. But when we get down to the basic things that we do, we're told we can't speak or do something because we're a guy. We don't have rights to speak on this because we're a man. We don't know how to open up because we have been told and programmed to not emotionally open up. But when you open up as a man, women start to dislike you more. When you are told to wear clothes that are fit for women, women start to not be attracted to you anymore. There's things that are very hypocritical in this world, and it's men being told by women or pussified bitch ass niggas that we are weak, and it's annoying. And then every guy's like, I want to be alpha. They won't. They won't ever be alpha. They'll say they're alpha until they get their asses kicked, shot, or killed. Right? And that's the harshest reality. These men and boys are looking towards Andrew Tate because they're seeing shit that goes against their train of thought. Like, I don't believe in that. There's got to be something better out there. And then boop, Andrew Tate comes, speaks to you, talks to you, fucking let it be heard on what it is. You don't fucking know. You don't fucking know. You think you do, but you don't.
People say this stuff. Well, we shouldn't platform these people. You know what my personal take is? I want to hear these people. When I listen to Andrew, I don't buy into a lot of the stuff he says. I think a lot of that shit's goofy. I think he's that's me personally. But I want to hear it. You want to know why? Because I understand why he is the way that he is, and I'm not with that, and I understand why I'm not. And someone else can look at it and be like, I identify with that, I'm with that. Okay? Then the next step beyond that is, we all have a better understanding of what we agree or disagree with. And then somebody else who's a much better role model, quote unquote, apparently you guys have him, can come out and show just as much charisma and be just as drawing, and then we have all these ideas conflict. But unfortunately that doesn't happen. You want to know why? Because there is no other side. So now they just see this guy getting bigger and bigger with no counter voices, and now they want to ban it to make themselves feel better. You didn't offer a healthy solution, right? You didn't say why. You didn't say how we're going to fix the problem. You just said get rid of him, get rid of the figurehead. Now, of course, there's young, impressionable people, and they're going to be swayed, and it's going to cause problems. But I would argue these are problems that we have to deal with. These are problems that we have to deal with as a society and confront this issue rather than just trying to ban it outright and not discuss the problem. Because if we're honest, nobody's trying to talk about it. I've watched a bunch of the news coverage on this dude that was happening on mainstream channels, and you know what they were just saying? Oh, he's a misogynist, and he's inappropriate for young people. It's like, well, why are the young people gravitating towards him? What are the issues? How come y'all never spend time discussing that?
Because they don't get paid to talk about these things. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have become the news more than the news media has become the news. I can basically be my own news channel. I never do. I kind of have my news side, right? But the news media itself has kind of directly shifted into the zeitgeist of only speaking on what they can fucking get information on or talk about or regurgitate the same talking points. When you're a YouTube channel, you don't have to be, you can be like, I'm part of the mainstream press and I can say whatever the fuck I want. I can record the news and give an opinion-based comment. Just is what it is, right? If Andrew Tate is a really, really bad motherfucker, like, oh, he likes to shoot men in the back, he likes to strangle and fucking hang women up from his balcony or some shit, then he's a bad guy. But if he's never alluded to any of these dark, crazy shit, you're wildin'. You are wildin'. You block. But it is social media at the same time, right? It's the rules of the platform. But what are the rules? How come if he got banned off of YouTube, just like if I got a warning strike, they should hand out a warning as well? You know what I'm saying? These platforms, like, he violated our guidelines. Did he? You just banned him without him violating the guidelines? That don't make sense. How do you as a platform set rules and then go above and beyond to cancel your rules? Me, I gotta get 3 strikes on all of these platforms for me to lose mine. Him, Thanos snap. It was inevitable. But why? If he didn't violate your guidelines. You know what I'm saying? And why are boys and young men attracted to this? Because he's talking something. He's saying something to them that clicks. And their dads might be pussy. Their moms might be whores or whatever the fuck. Or just, they're not relating anything to the kid. You know, the girls in their class might be kind of like funny. The guys that hang around might be kind of like toxic and fucking drama queens and bitches. So these kids are going to look for someone that inspires them to do better, or at least inspires them to say some crazy shit to understand who they are. And look, Andrew Tate might be a fad. He might be now, and then 6 months into the new year, he's gone. He's a dub. And then he comes back and this nigga straight to the moon. Andrew coin. They're gonna come out with Andrew stock or Andrew coin. Like, Hustles University's got its own stock portfolio. Like, you know what I'm saying? The news media ain't gonna talk about that. They never will.
Okay. I just noticed a pattern. And the reason why I'm telling y'all this, and you watching, whether you hate him or love him, I don't care. This is gonna happen 100 times more. And it's gonna be amplified. And let me also say this. When you ban somebody, you know what happens?
You just create a hero.
Because people who want...
You made him to a martyr.
I was like, why are you guys keeping me from this guy? Let me hear him. And then they're going to listen to a couple of his clips, right? The more tame ones that are allowed to stay online. And they're like, this guy makes a lot of sense. You know, when he's talking about the fact that a lot of young men are lonely, like, I get that. Why is this guy banned? You guys are going to create somebody who's pretty much unbeatable.
And now,
so there we go.
It's just weird the way...
Hold up. Didn't they just ban Trump?
Yeah.
Didn't they just ban Trump? Ain't he about to win for a second fucking term?
He did try not to make that happen.
But
yeah. You know, the thing that's weird how you act is you think this guy, this Andrew Tate guy, is a cancer, right? So he's a symptom of a cancer, really. Mm-hmm. By removing him and not addressing the root, the cancer just comes back stronger. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. If you just remove the lump without addressing the root, the cancer comes back stronger. You're not solving the issue. Mm-hmm. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. If I have a recurring pain, why do you want to address that? You have other functioning body parts in your body. That's what you're doing. That's you.
Ignoring the problem.
You have other places that are working in your body. You're good. It don't work like that. Mm-hmm. If I have an issue, I have to address the issue. And sometimes to address the issue and to fix the issue, you have to comprehend it. If you don't understand it and you just remove it, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. But that's just me. So I understand why he's banned. I just went on the technical term, right? But I understand the fact that That's not how you solve the situation. But I just didn't want to repeat myself from other videos that we did.
Yeah. Well, listen. Let us know what you guys think. You guys agree or disagree?
I made a long video, and this has been very long, but I actually have to agree with them because Andrew Tate, you just made him into a martyr. You just turned him into something that everyone is gonna want to look at. And in itself, like, what can you really do besides create a martyr? That's what you've done. You've created a man who is and has become a pillar in the men should be better community. I ain't gonna say red pill because that's a Matrix thing and that sounds corny. So he's part of like the build yourself back up, you know, part of like the stronger men community. You know what I'm saying? Be a better man, have your fun, make some money, be around good loyal friends. That's it. And honestly, man, I see it as a good thing for some guys. Others, niggas will breathe that nigga's fart juices. I don't know. Tell me what you think. This is your boy Fat Man. Shouts to Abba and Preach. Good video. Always some good content. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Remember to like and subscribe. Click the bell icon to be notified. You probably won't hit it, but you should hit it because you're a bitch. And this is Not Holding Back series. From me to you, remember to never give up, never surrender, and keep on grinding. Peace. And I am out. Be a man. Grab yourself a Bugatti.
Shit. Getting been on drum. You little niggas gonna stop acting like my shit ain't the grill. Some of you niggas get your front teeth for grills. And I ain't talking about the contract.
Ain't loving these fake hoes. Room smelling like 8 switches. Room service like 2K. NBA, I'm ballin', nigga. All them niggas falling like all them niggas. Talking shit, I saw them niggas. Now they daughter want a picture. Rough, ain't it? Fuck famous. Niggas too real, got the most haters. Wrote a story, so Stephen Curry. How it feel to be golden.